Hello, traders. How's everyone doing today? All right, so I'm talking about crypto, and you were talking about Riot yesterday in the room, and I know some guys that were, scored big on some calls on Riot. And what would you say to people now on Riot, and perhaps people that went to something like GBTC instead of buying Bitcoin, going into the trusts after such a huge move like this? Still more juice, or do you sit on your hands and wait for a market correction?
Well, a couple of things. I hope they bought the calls on my say so because I did give it out a couple of times.
Yeah, you did.
That's
Great
good.
call, Mike.
No, no, no. I appreciate that. I was hoping. I was the only answer I was looking for. I hope they did it. I hope the people in our room did it. So with that
Okay.
being said, there's a couple of views on Bitcoin, and here's Ryan on the chart. All right, Bitcoin's approaching 20,000, correct?
Yeah.
So is the Dow is pointing is touching trying to get to 30,000. Short term, I
Okay.
think those big milestones, I don't think you're going to argue with me, are usually short term tops or at least a spot for a pause.
Yeah. Big round numbers.
Do you agree?
Yes. Big
Yeah.
round numbers.
So I think
Yeah.
once Bitcoin gets to 20,000, and Riot is by the chart, is obviously the best of breed. Uh, the Mara, that was the secondary ancillary play. That's still
Right.
above the gap here. I like
Yeah.
it. I buy Mara. I like
Oh,
Maria. There's a gap on Mara. You're not going to get hurt at, you know, $3.10. Try to buy it near three, the whole number. There's your stop right there at 286. I mean, you don't have to go full boat, but certainly this level right here, I like. I don't know if you're a technician too.
yeah.
That's not bad, right?
Yeah. So Ethereum, with this huge move in Bitcoin, finally, um, gathered some momentum. I mean, it's Bitcoin's tide that's lifting all cryptos. Any comment on some of the secondaries like Ethereum or Litecoin?
No, I don't. I don't. I
You
don't.
don't
As I
follow them?
said before, I have a couple of people that I refer to that I call. I leave that to the pros. That if
Okay.
I ask them the question, just like you're asking me, they would say jump. I would say how high when it comes
Yeah.
to Bitcoin or the other ones. So, like I said, I'm giving the answer very similar to how you asked me about the long bond.
Right.
I
You
probably I
don't.
probably hold my own with a majority on a debate, but I don't think it's when it comes to pulling the trigger, I like I said, I would ask a couple of other people for edification.
All right. I know you're probing the miners. Are you still with them and still like them?
No,
Okay.
no.
All right. So yeah, we kind of moved sideways. Gold has, been range bound since that $100 down day a few weeks ago, and it seemed like gold didn't really have the same. The second vaccine news, Mike, didn't have the same type of impact on any of the markets. Moderna's news compared to Pfizer's news. We can't already be getting vaccine fatigue, can we?
Well, listen, God forbid a third one comes out, there would be in big trouble. There would really
Yeah.
be a silver news.
All right. And what do
I
you
want
want to
to
wrap
show
the
you
show
right here
with?
something. My
Your
Twitter feed.
best your best idea going into the end of the week for next week.
Here's why I didn't like the miners so much. By the way, if you can
Okay.
see my screen here, the miners
Yeah. Yeah.
were circling.
Yeah.
They're still in a way, way overbought situation, and they still look horrible. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm kind of staying away from the miners.
Okay. Tech.
Uh, yeah, I mean, tech.
Semis.
Yeah, tech. I like. Who do I? I'm not. I'm not sure. I'll have an answer next Wednesday.
Okay. And the most important lesson for new traders, give them some advice as a mentor, what they need to do this weekend.
Definitely go over your trades. Understand that you can't be looking for. There aren't the proper process and the proper system is your own. Uh, and you just have to. Everybody understands you got to take a couple of lumps before you make it. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Don't get colluded by outside influences And just it's one step at a time. You know what I mean? It's a process.
Yeah.
I have
So
you know why, Dale? I'm stumbling. If I had a penny for every time I threw out a cliche about to give to a new trader, we'd both be retired. So I have so many things going through my head. But
yeah, but you know what? The gist is don't imitate, develop your own style.
no, you know what I tell a lot. Like I could watch 100 hours, literally, till my eyes bleed of Tiger Woods' golf swing on video. But until I go out there and hit the ball myself, I'm the only one that's able to do it, and I'm probably not going to do it just as good. So you got to develop your own swing.
Okay, develop your own swing and have patience while you're developing it. It's just like we have to be patient to wait for the market to come to us, Mike. We also have to be patient with ourselves as we go through the learning process of becoming a trader.
Yeah, you know what? It's almost like they say the pro. You ever hear anybody that talks about what's going on at a high level? They say things are almost moving in slow motion.
Yeah,
My father was a professional athlete. He said the same thing. I've heard LeBron say it. I've heard a lot of people say it. When you're trading well, you're not frantic and you're in a mode and you're focused and things flow smoothly. And you'll know it. You got to get to know yourself.
they call that a peak performing state.
Yeah.
And you're right. So, being an athlete also is a very good, it translates into being a trader because
Yes.
you also, Mike, don't you also have to be healthy and get good sleep and take care of yourself to be in a peak performing state to deal with the stress of trading?
Well, if I said yes, then I'd be the ultimate hypocrite. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I know what you mean, Mike.
So I'd
Do
be,
what I, how about this? Do what I say, not what I do. How about that?
and maybe the lifestyle choice, yes, but the trading definitely follow us.
Yeah. Well, Mike, it's always great to get together and talk with you. I know that this broadcast is catching on by, we're getting a lot of good views,
Good.
and I appreciate that you are, part of the team and I get to work with you. And as I said on Twitter, promoting this interview, to check it out, that this guy, Mike Venezia, has skills. Thank you, Michael.
My pleasure. See you next Wednesday, Dale. Everybody trade well and do your homework.
Okay,
See you.
adios.